everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews, the channel where bots get rated and fans get hyped. So, what figure are we reviewing today? Well, we are going to review the Transformers Studio Series number 116 Deluxe Class Volkswagen Bumblebee 2.0. That's right, our first ever Studio Series redo here, and very interesting. So let us get down to the review table and see if he is truly worth having in the collection. So let's go! And of course, we need to take a quick look at the packaging first, as always. And we have a nice image of Bumblebee in his alt mode, which is hilarious. They did the same thing with Rise of the Beast Wheeljack and Deluxe Class Hatchet, which I don't know why. I don't know why they put the alt mode on the front of the box. That's just funny. We got Studio Series Bumblebee number 116. It's the last time we'll see a number in the Studio Series line because, yeah, Transformers logo here, Generations from the Bumblebee movie, and we got Bumblebee here looking all cool looking. He's the Deluxe Class number 116 again, and another image of Bumblebee on this side of the box. Got Autobot logo, and you got the obligatory product shots. You got the robot mode, the vehicle mode. You got 23 steps of transformation, and you have the bio that says Bumblebee tunes up and lays low in Charlie's garage. Oh, that's very true because it happened in the movie. So there you go. That's pretty much it for the packaging. And here we have Bumblebee fully transformed into his vehicle mode. Yes, another Bumblebee in the Studio Series line. I know. I bought too many Bumblebees. But anyway, so this is basically a redo of the old Studio Series Volkswagen Bumblebee, the first version, and this is basically a 2.0 version. And I don't know. I mean, I think this is a very necessary redo, in my personal opinion. I think it's nice for Hasbro to go back to the drawing board and redo some of the other Studio Series figures that weren't totally screen accurate. And then the first redo here we got is the is Volkswagen Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie, because the first version was very flawed. So I'm glad they went back to redo this version of Bumblebee, and honestly, he looks pretty good. Yeah, he looks pretty good in his car mode here. He turns into an officially licensed Volkswagen, which looks very, very nice. I like it. One very odd thing about this figure is that this window here is the only window that is done in opaque plastic, and then the other windows and windshields are done in the clear plastic, and that doesn't really make sense. It kind of throws off the look there, but oh well, it is what it is. And for some reason the color of the light just changed color. I don't know why, but anyway, there you go. That's much better. But yeah, but all in all though, it looks pretty good. A nice yellow here for the car, and nice orange paint for these things here. And then you got nice clear plastic for the headlights, got the white bumper there, got nice silver paint for the rims and all that stuff, a little bit of red paint for the tail lights, and there's the top here, and there's the bottom, and you got visible head syndrome. And according to the movie, this is screen accurate. This is pretty screen accurate. I can't complain about it. One thing that really sucks is that the arms are kind of sticking out like a sore thumb. They're too visible in vehicle mode, and that's, yeah, a lot of undercarriage there. But oh well, it is what it is. But other than that, he looks pretty good, and he rolls very smoothly. It rolls very well. So there you go. Now he does include two accessories. He includes a blaster, and he includes his hand blade. And the hand blade is very nice. I like the hand blade. Very, very, very nicely done. Nicely painted with a nice silver there. And it got the cannon, which is casted in the dark gray plastic, just painted over yellow. And yeah, it's pretty good. Nicely detailed and everything. Now you can store this in vehicle mode, which is kind of hilarious because so basically you just take the slot and just tab it over that tab and just plug that together, and then you have these two pegs right here. They would peg into the blade here, And there you go. That is your weapon storage in vehicle mode, which looks totally ridiculous, but hey, it is what it is. But let me just remove that because that's kind of ugly. Don't like that. But anyway, so let's bring in a size comparison. And of course, the only comparison that really matters here is with the original version of this mold. This is the original Studio Series Volkswagen Bumblebee. And as you can see, the vehicle mode is pretty much the same thing. It's pretty much the same between the two figures. There are some aspects of the transformation that are a little bit different because due to the way the robot mode is molded. But all in all, the vehicle mode is pretty much the same thing. I like the fact that this version has super painted rims as opposed to this version which had no paint on the rims. It's just that unpainted gray plastic which looks yeah. You know, at least this version doesn't have a lot of you know, things sticking out at the bottom. This one has the arms just sticking out at the bottom because due to the way the arms are molded right now. So yeah, but all in all, pretty much the same vehicle mode here. Yeah, two different shades of yellows for the two. Yeah. And I would say this one is definitely more solid than this one because mine broke. I broke this this part of the bumper, which is unfortunate. So I tried to fix it with some glue tack. So that's why I see glue tack there. So, but anyway, there you go. And yeah, there you go. And we'll have to see how the robot mode fares between the two figures. And yeah, so that is pretty much it for the alt mode comparisons right there. So yeah, we're pretty much done with the vehicle mode itself. It's a nice little Volkswagen vehicle. So let us transform it. And my tongue stops working today. Anyway, so let us transform Bumblebee into his robot mode. So that's what I was trying to say, but until my brain just shut down like that. I don't know why. But anyway, let's begin the transformation. So first things first, I like to free up the arms. So to free up the arms, and just untab this right here, and then this tab goes into that little groove there for vehicle mode. You just have to bring this down just like that. Do the same thing on your side. Just untab that, and then bring. Come on, just untab. Come on, untab. I said untab. I said, hey, Bumblebee, untab. I said, ah, damn it. That popped off. And a little bit of a QC issue on mine. As you can see, on this side, there's no crack here. But for some reason, this side has a crack. I don't know why. I don't know what happened there. Or maybe it just came out like that when I took it out of the box. Or maybe I did something. I don't know. But it just, I don't know, there's a crack there, which is a little bit unfortunate. But hey, it is what it is. But there we go. Just let me just pop this back on, and there we go. That's what you're supposed to do. I don't know why that was so tight. That was very tight. But anyway, just bring out this section here and just rotate this around just like that. Okay, and then free up this section here. Just bring out the arm and just rotate it around, and there you go. So for the roof section here, you want to untab from the back here and just untab all of this. Just untab all of that. Just free that up, and then you want to take the doors and just untab them from the side here, because for the doors, they tab in multiple places. You can see that this peg, little tiny peg, is supposed to peg into that port there, and you know. And then this tab here is supposed to go in behind this rear well. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. This section here is supposed to go into that section there, and then this will go into that section for vehicle mode. But you have to untab all of this for robot mode. Just untab all this, and now you can just fold this in just like so, and untab the other side just like that, and then fold this in just like that, and there we go. So now we can deal with the legs. So for the legs, it's very easy. So just bring the legs down, split the legs, straighten up the leg at the knee, straighten at the knee, and then just take the rest of the thigh here, just rotate this around, and that will fill that up, just like so. Rotate this around, fill that up, and boom, there you go. And now for the feet here, pretty simple, just untap all of this, and you're gonna rotate this section here, and this will tab into that little tiny slot right in there, and then bring his foot down like so, flip in the wheel, and then flip this down, and there we have the leg pretty much all done and ready. So do the same thing on the other side. Make sure to bring this down, and then rotate this section here, just tap that in, bring this all the way down, flip this down, flip in the wheel, and boom, there we have his legs all done and ready. So I need to raise up the camera because I need to see what I am doing right here. Okay, all right, we got it. So now we can take this section here, just rotate this down, and that will tab into the sides right here like so. Just tap that in, and then take his pecs, just swing them in, just like so. Alright, and then for the backpack here, just fold this in, fold all this in. Thankfully on this version, folding the backpack is easier. So, and you position the wings however you want. There is a alternate way to position the wings. I'll show it off that later, but pretty much we are pretty much done here with the transformation. So there you go. There we have number 116, Bumblebee 2.0, fully transformed into his robot mode. And that looks really, really good in my personal opinion. This is surely a vast improvement over the original version of Studio Series Volkswagen Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie. And yeah, this is way more screen accurate looking, and yeah, very well done. Hasbro did a really great job in redoing this entire mold here, and the transformation was actually pretty easy to do, and yeah, very nice. I like it. I dig it. I digs it very, very much. So let's get in close here. So I'm gonna take a look at the head sculpt. A very nice Bumblebee head sculpt here. Got the big blue eyes, a nice gunmetal gray paint for the face. Got a little tiny Autobot symbol on his forehead right there. But yeah, all in all, it's a very nicely done head sculpt. And you can see the chest here, which is done up very nicely, very more screen accurate, much more rounder in my personal opinion. And yeah, lots of detail going on. The yellow paint for the shoulders here. Yeah, you can see the arms are much nicer looking in my personal opinion. A nice yellow paint for the thighs here. You can see the yellow paint on the knees, on the shins. Would have been nice if they painted it with a second coat, because you can see the gray just bleeding through. But oh well, it is what it is. Gunmetal gray paint for the for his boots right there, which is nice. Yeah, all in all, nicely done remold here for Bumblebee. And he does have the door wings, but you can position them however you want. You can just position them just played out like that, but if you want to be more screen accurate, you can actually just bring them down just like so, just like that, just position them like that. That's more, you know, hide them a little bit more, you know, that's more accurate as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, I like how you can just hide the wings a little bit more for robot mode, and that cleans up the silhouette there as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, very nice, very, very nice. So as far as the articulation goes in robot mode, the head is on a ball joint, I believe so, but it's a very tight ball joint, so it can actually rotate. You can rotate a full 360. He can look up, he can't really look down. The shoulders, they can rotate a full 360. You can move in and out. You do have this joint here if you want to use that. You do have no bicep swivels, unfortunately, but you do have a ball joint at the elbow, so there's some rotation there. And you got an elbow bend, slightly over 90 degrees. Nothing at the wrist, nothing at the waist, unfortunately. Yeah, they kind of removed the waist swivel, which doesn't make sense. They could have just kept the waist swivel there, but oh well, is what it is. The legs can move up very, very high up, and the legs can move up you can move back that far. And he can't really do the full splits there. He does have a thigh rotation. He does have a knee bend, slightly under 90 degrees of bend there. There is a ball joint at the foot there, so he can actually rotate around if you wanted to. He can move up, can move down a bit. Then there is a little bit of ankle tiltage right there. So at least he's keeping most of the articulation that the original had. The only thing he's missing is the waist rotation, which is a little bit unfortunate. You know, they could have kept that, but oh well, it is what it is. All in all, it's still a very nicely done figure here. I definitely like this one better than the original version of Volkswagen Bumblebee. So now let us talk about how you can use his accessories in robot mode. Now, just like the original Studio Series Volkswagen Bumblebee, you can actually store his accessories on his back, but very different this time around because I don't think this version, I mean, the tabs are still there. The tabs are still there, which is just funny. But I don't think the blade can actually store on the this mold here, so yeah, I don't think so. That's not gonna happen. If you remove the wing up, actually, wait, hold on. No, because you know this other tab is kind of sticking out, so it's preventing the tab to work there. But oh well, it is what it is. So you can't do that. So the only way to store your accessories in robot mode, you just tab the blaster and the sword together, and there is a port on his butt, and there's a peg right there. So basically, you just plug this into that port on his butt, and now you have the accessory just stored on his butt right there, which is you know, kind of painful when you think about it. But anyway, he can wield his accessories in robot mode. So basically, let me bring down the camera so you can see. There we go. So basically, for the cannon, you just plug this into his hand, just like that, and that gives off the illusion that the hand has transformed into the cannon, which is very nice. And you have these two tabs right here that will go into these two slots on his arm, on his forearm, and that will just plug it in, and there we go. He is wielding his weapon, so now he can shoot down some Decepticons or cut down Decepticons, so which is very, very cool. So there you go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. One funny thing about this this figure, you can see here on the doors, they kept the you know, the hinge here, which is funny. Yeah, the original had this. They had the double wings thing, but this one does not have the double wings. You know, it's the single pair of wings here. But it's just hilarious that that Hasbro kept that there. What is not necessary to keep it, but oh well. Yeah, but you know, hey, it's a thing. It's a thing that happens. But there you go. So that is pretty much it there for the robot mode. It looks really good in my personal opinion, so let us compare this with the original version of this mold. And there you go. Here we have the Studio Series number 116, Deluxe Class Bumblebee 2.0, compared with the original version of the mold. And you can see that the robot mode for this figure is vastly different compared to this robot mode. I mean, this robot mode, I mean, it looked good for its time, but now, looking at this now, yeah, this one is a vast improvement over this figure here. I mean, I still like this one, but, Yeah, this is way more screen accurate. This is way, just way better looking, and way more of how he looked in the movie. So yeah, and the way that you can actually hide the wings a little bit here. My only real issue is that the this hinge here is a little bit loose for my liking, but oh well, it is what it is. But other than that, you know, it is a vast improvement over the original version of Volkswagen Bumblebee. You know, he has the door wings, whereas in the movie he technically had the door wings, but they were more, you know, just splayed down, so they're more hidden away. But yeah, this was more of the concept art design here. This one is more of the final movie design, and I personally dig this one a lot better because this one just the screams Bumblebee movie, Bumblebee. It just, yeah, and as you can see, this head is so much bigger than this head. This head is just so beauty. It's so cute. It's so small, and yeah. Whereas this one does have a waist swivel, and this one does not. But you know, it is what it is. It's okay. Overall, though, this is the better version in my personal opinion. I really hope that Studio Series does more redos of figures. Oh yeah, and especially that Titan class Grimlock coming out. Oh my lord. So there we go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much it there for the robot mode comparisons. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers Studio Series number 116 Deluxe Class Bumblebee 2.0. And honestly, in my personal opinion, this is a very nicely done Bumblebee figure here. The robot mode looks very good, and screen accurate, looks very nice. It's much more rounder in my personal opinion. And the vehicle mode looks really good, although the opaque windows and the clear plastic windows being together is a little bit of an eyesore, but you know, it is what it is. Articulation in robot mode is very nicely done, you know, has all the joints. He just needed a waist swivel. He just needed a waist rotation, but you know, I can understand why he doesn't have a waist swivel, because due to the way this section is molded, yeah, I can understand that. Transformation is pretty smooth, it's enjoyable. Although when I transform this guy back into car mode, it can be a little bit fiddly at times, it can fight you in moments, but overall the transformation is very nice, very smooth, it's fun to do, so yeah, it's definitely much easier to do compared to the original version of this mold. Because for this one, the backpack, you know, folding in the backpack is actually much easier to work with. So there's more room for it, and I love that. And as far as paint goes, the paint is nicely done for the most part. Just wish, you know, the shins could have been painted a little bit better, because you can see the gray just bleeding through, which is a little bit unfortunate, but otherwise there's a good amount of paint on him. So yeah, all in all, I'm very pleased with this figure, and I like the option of hiding the wings away, so that is quite nice. Makes it even more screen accurate, because he's not supposed to have the door wings displayed out. He's supposed to display the wings like that, splayed down like that. And yeah, all in all, very nicely done figure, and I really hope to see more Studio Series redos. And I know that Titan class Grimlock is on the way next year, and I cannot wait to pick that one up, because oh my gosh, that thing is gonna be huge. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so yeah, great figure, great Bumblebee figure, so much better than the original as far as I'm concerned, and yeah, a very necessary redo in my personal opinion. So if I were to rank this guy from a scale of 1 to 10, you know, I think I'm just gonna give him a solid 8.5 out of 10. There's just some issues that I do have with this figure. Why is there a crack on one of the elbows here, and then, you know, this joint is a little bit loose here. But other than that, it's a really nicely done figure, and I'm very happy to have him in my collection. Finally, am I right? Because this guy was delayed. I don't know why, but anyway. But all in all, I'm very happy to have this new Bumblebee figure in my collection. So Ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed this video review, make sure to click that like button down below. Give it a thumbs up. Yay! And of course, if you want to see more reviews on the channel, be sure to click that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well so that you will never miss any of my future videos. And you can always check out my Studio Series Reviews playlist for any videos you may have missed. So I will post a link to that playlist in the description down below. And I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So there you have the Transformers Studio Series number 116 Deluxe Class Bumblebee 2.0. And this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out till all are one, and I'll see you guys next time. Bumblebee!
Alita, the viewers must subscribe to support the cause.
Optimus, they know that, but sometimes you've gotta ask with style. Hey you, yeah, you watching, smash that subscribe button, or Prime is giving a speech. Again.
I heard that.
Good, now hit the button, before he starts quoting the covenant of Primus.